What motivates you? Let's start with this. First of all, I want to apologize for the camera and the fucking audio quality. I don't think I should be swearing, but let's start. First of all, what is motivation? Motivation is where one day you feel like you can do and you're productive and you feel like you go at the end of the day sleeping and you feel like you moved somewhere, but then you wake up and you don't want to do anything. So it's really an on and off cycle where you are constantly battling with your feelings and what you should be doing objectively. And you could be laying in bed, you could be on your phone, you could be scrolling saying I'm gonna be doing this at 6:00, and then it reaches 6:00 and you're like, shit, guess might have to start doing it at 6:30. So it's always influences your energy levels, well-being. You feel like you are on and off with yourself. Most importantly, doesn't matter what other people think. Doesn't matter, they can perceive your life as how they want to. What matters is how you view yourself, and this affects your confidence levels about yourself and what you can do, which then has an outlook on every single part of your life. So there's a thing called motivational theory. You probably don't want to hear this, but to summarize, it's basically where psychologists believe that our behaviors are linked to our reward system and we just do behaviors that give us gratification. Basically, the theory is that our behaviors are driven by what we had a positive emotion from. We are most likely to talk to people who make us feel better about ourselves, and we act in ways and we have incentives to move towards things that make us feel better about ourselves. So that's why you could argue we seek validation. That's why we might dress a certain way, present ourselves a certain way. There's many reasons why, but remember, motivation is short term. But because it's short term, because there's one day where you feel like you can do anything and you were productive for that one day, it gives you confidence that you can do it. And yes, you might be able to do it one time and then the other day you're like, nah, like I can't be asked. But what matters is that you know that you can get up and that you know that you can change, that you can maintain it long term. Let me talk about my situation a little bit. I had these constant outbreaks of motivation where at night I would start like researching about like how I can change my life for the better, what I can do, what changes I can do. And then it would always be at night where I decided that I want to change my life completely around. First of all, you can't change your life at night. You cannot change your life in one day. It takes months and months and months, years in order to change yourself. I personally feel like I've changed a lot since I was younger. I was insecure. I used to be really jealous of people. I had low confidence. I would always check myself and be like, no, like always following these stupid ass diets that never work. Diets don't work. First of all, diets are only temporary. What works is changing your lifestyle. But here are the things that I have applied. Here are the things that helped me change, and it's like every day you're like doing consistently the things that you know you have to be doing, and you don't see results every single day. But at one point in a couple months, in a year, you're gonna look back at yourself and be like, holy shit, I've changed so much. I don't even recognize myself anymore. But what's most important is doing it blindsidedly. It's like not seeing where you're going, not seeing what you're doing, but knowing you're doing the right thing every single day. Knowing that my mindset is that I want to go to bed every single day, knowing that I took a step forward in something in my life. That should be my mindset, and not taking everything to heart, having it is what it is mindset. But anyway, I'm going off topic, but first thing I did was make small changes. We're constantly being told you should do some insane thing that's gonna change you insanely. No, you shouldn't. These small micro changes that you do. For example, I used to always press my alarm, snooze my alarm. Stop doing that. When I hear my alarm, the first time you do it is going to be insanely difficult. One time I told myself that I want to wake up at 4 a.m. I've never thought I would do that. I failed 2 times, but I kept going. I kept trying because I wanted to experience this. And the first time I just got out of bed. I put my alarm to the other side of the bed and I just got out of my alarm. So set yourself to succeed. What happened for me was the last 2 periods of tense, I would have my phone right next to me, so the easiest choice would be just turning off, just pressing snooze. I put my phone to the other side of the room and I did it. So by small changes, I mean implying a skincare routine, drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. For some, it might be exercising a little, going on a walk, going outside first thing in the morning, drinking a cup of tea in the water in the morning. These small changes, they build and build and build. They compound and compound. Read Atomic Habits. It really changed how I looked at habits, because I always thought that you had to make some grand change. Because let me tell you about a bicycle squad in Britain, where they were always last in every single every single time they did a race. They were always last, but they changed the small things, the lever of the seats. They changed their bed covers. They were doing their bed every single day. These small changes gradually build onto each other, and this is what makes a difference. Yes, big changes obviously make differences in your life, like a big move or like a change in careers, but what makes you fulfilled within yourself, which is so important, to make yourself feel good about yourself, which I'm telling you, once you have the confidence within yourself, everyone will start seeing it. It will outcast on different parts of your life. So second thing that I did was I started exercising consistently. There was a period of time where I was exercising wrongly, and there is ways to exercise wrongly, but exercise is exercise. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go to the gym to exercise. There's many different forms of ways you can exercise. Put yourself in a boxing class, gymnastics class, learn something new. Put yourself into things and experience new things. Experiences make up you as a person. So I realized that I might be drifting from motivation, but I feel like these are really important points to say about also identity and how you feel about yourself. So exercising, just moving your body, I never realized that it would make such an impact on me, but I started viewing myself completely more differently. I thought of myself as more disciplined. And then because I thought myself as more disciplined, I started doing other things that I normally wouldn't do. I would start studying because trust me, I never studied before, because I thought that, whatever, I'll procrastinate, I'll just do it another day. No. Don't do it another day, because every single day is going to be repeating and repeating and repeating. Do it now. Don't think. Do things that you don't want to do. That's also a big thing that happened to me, where I had to realize objectively and subjectively what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do, and then I picked objectively what the right decision would be. So even today I experienced this, where in the morning, the first thing I have to do is I have to go out with my dog. And since I'm battling a foot infection right now, I was like maybe today I won't go. But I realized this is just my feelings speaking. So don't let your feelings decide what you are. Okay, yeah, in friendships and romantics, like it's different because your feelings play a larger part. But within yourself, I'm talking, this is all within yourself and how you perceive yourself. You shouldn't settle on things. You shouldn't procrastinate. You shouldn't delay. You should do it now if you know you have to do. Don't let your feelings dictate your day. Personally, I'm not sure. I'm just saying what might help other people. Best self-love is discipline, in my opinion. And go to bed knowing you made the right weight. Okay, now here's another tip. Doing to-do lists. I used to have my day so unorganized. I never knew what I had to do each day. Doing to-do lists made me physically aware of what I was doing every single day to take me the right direction, for me to move a step forward. And it made such a significant difference, because you would just tick it off and you'd be like, yeah, I've done this. I did what I had to do. Yeah, there might be days where I didn't complete every single task, but then I would do it the next day. So not everyone's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, but it should be exciting. Your life should be exciting. That sounds cheesy, corny, I know, but life should be exciting. And the way to make your life exciting, it starts with you. It doesn't start with other people. It starts with you. And Probably you've heard this, also I'm really sweaty right now, but you probably heard this like 1,000 times, but it does generally start with you. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video for today, and I'm aware I need to improve my audio, my quality, and my editing, but I'll start working on this too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed listening, and hopefully you learned something new.